Hello and welcome back to another episode of Generation Ochi. My name is American Ben. And yes, I watched Love Alarm. I like sappy stuff. It's just the truth. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing like some good blood and gore at times, but I must let my sensitive side flourish today. It's just a good day to be a drama queen. Anyway, I have a video I've prepared on Love Alarm that delves into its meaning and message. It's simple but sweet, and I think you'll enjoy it. However, I also figured that it'd be good to do a recap video on Season 1, given that Season 2 premieres on days of the week. It premieres on soon? Friday? As a refresher, Love Alarm takes place in a world where a new technology has taken society by storm. The eponymous Love Alarm app alerts users when someone within a radius of 10 meters has romantic feelings for them. Episode 1 introduces us to our main character, high schooler Kim Jojo, a hard-working girl with a painful past. Her parents died by their own hand when she was just a child, and she now lives with her aunt and cousin, and in order to pay off her debt to them, she must labor away splitting shifts between a barbecue restaurant and her aunt's convenience store, all the while dealing with school as well.
늦어서 죄송해요. 네가 배운 3시간이면 9만 원은 더 벌었다.
Okay bro, you work in a convenience store, it doesn't work like that. But I digress. Yes, Kim Jojo's aunt and narcissistic cousin Park Gul-mi both treat her like dirt, both out of insecurity and animosity for having to support her after her parents' deaths. And by the way, I'm kind of starting to suspect that K-dramas just exist to make us hungry. Anyway, back at school, the rather comely Hwang Sun-oh, a model with terrible, unloving parents, has returned from the United States and matriculates at JoJo's school, where all the girls and guys swoon as his love alarm lights up with a horde of hearts. But he quickly falls for JoJo, who doesn't ring anyone's alarm, given that she doesn't even have the app installed on her antiquated phone. Long story short, they have a series of encounters that are defined by awkward silence. I mean serious cringe with some creepiness mixed in, because I look at Sun-oh and all I can see is Cha Yun-soo. He's about to have a nosebleed. Anyway, yada yada yada, somehow clouds are shaped like hearts, and then Sun-oh stalks JoJo for the entire day and eventually forces her into an alleyway and begins to make advances on her. PSA, don't go into alleyways with strange men.
키스할래?
미쳤나 봐.
This seems kind of creepy, not gonna lie. Okay, you've been kidnapped. You need to scream and run. I feel very bad for you right now. That man is canceled. Oh, okay. Okay then. She seems into it. And damn that height difference. It looks like Slender Man is eating a small child face first. Then comes episode 2, and I have 2 points to make. First, in America, we would never just casually sit down on top of a toilet. Our public bathrooms are just not clean enough, so as an American, this was shocking to me. And 2, what is it with full-on brawls breaking out in school in South Korea without any teacher interference? I keep seeing this happen in K-dramas. Anyway, episode 2 introduces us to the kind but milquetoast Cheon Duk-gu, who is madly in love with Gul-mi, even though Gul-mi is incredibly mean in general and especially cruel to him.
찡그린 얼굴도 너무 예쁘더라.
I like that guy. Gul-mi, however, is all about Sun-oh, and she ends up finding out about his and JoJo's alleyway kiss thanks to pictures that show up all over social media, and begins to undertake efforts to subvert their relationship, particularly by spreading rumors about her alluding to her past and her poverty. Luckily though, Sun-oh is charming as hell, and so everything remains lovey-dovey. Well, except for the one additional problem of Sun-oh's best friend Hee-young, whose mother is the live-in housekeeper for Sun-oh's family. As it turns out, Hee-young also has feelings for JoJo, but can't muster up the guts to tell her, especially given that Sun-oh has made his move already. That said, Sun-oh recognizes Hee-young's hidden feelings, and the two agree to let Love Alarm decide their fate vis-a-vis JoJo. Sometime around now, Duk-gu gifts JoJo a better phone, and thus she downloads Love Alarm and syncs it to her heart. By the way, she also has a boyfriend at this point, but puts the kibosh on that real quick, like, I'm just not that into you, bro, good luck with the judo. In episode 3, Sun-oh assures JoJo that he didn't post the pictures of them kissing online, and then they hang out into the night and finally test their love alarms on each other to success. Meanwhile, Hee-young's feelings for JoJo don't subside, and he tries hard to prevent his love alarm from revealing how he feels about her. Gul-mi, on the other hand, continues her efforts to burn Sun-oh and JoJo's love to the ground. She's just a complete monster. Other than that though, great person. Episode 4 begins with Hee-young setting off JoJo's love alarm, though dude was just sitting there, not his fault, but still awkward. Sun-oh starts paying for JoJo's lunches because he hears from Gul-mi that she's poor, but this only makes him like her more, and even though JoJo is humiliated by this, I mean, you want to pay for my lunch, I'm gonna let you do it. Sun-oh takes Gul-mi outside to address the rumors she's been spreading, and she tries to make a final plea for him to ditch JoJo. But he roasts and rejects her instead, and JoJo shows up and everything is happy. We also get an extended look into Sun-Oh and Hee-young's shared but contrasting home life in this episode, all set against the backdrop of, again, Sun-Oh's terrible parents. Speaking of terrible parenting, at JoJo's home, her aunt and cousin continue to emotionally abuse her. In episode 5, Sun-Oh and JoJo continue to cultivate their relationship and grow closer. Gulmi tracks down Hee-young and tries to poison Sun-Oh through him, but given that he is also in love with JoJo, no go. She then is really mean to Deok-gu for filming her dance recital. Tears for Deok-gu as always. He was just so sweet, if not just a touch creepy. He then runs away hating life. I totally feel that. Later that night, JoJo attends a party of sorts with her friends. It's here we discover that her former friend, Kim Jong-go, was the one who posted the kiss pics online because she was jealous of JoJo's relationship with her now ex, John Il-sik. At some point after this, a fire breaks out, which causes JoJo to have a panic attack and hallucinate that she is reliving the night her parents died. And she flees the abode and runs into the dashing Sun-Oh, who is there for her. However, things get a bit dark from here. The two take off on a short excursion and end up crashing their scooter. As JoJo loses consciousness, we flash back to her childhood and learn that her parents committed suicide and meant to kill her too. The show then jumps forward a few years to 1500 days after Love Alarm's release, or the present, which finds the app having really become ubiquitous in society. JoJo has almost paid off her debt to her aunt and now works part-time at a wedding hall as she saves money to go to college. However, she apparently has broken up with Sun-Oh, who by chance she spots in public with a new girlfriend. Why do dramas have to tug at my heartstrings like this? I teared up, I'm not gonna lie, but then again, I teared up at the end of Home Alone 2. There's then a flashback to a post-accident conversation JoJo has with Deok-gu, who warns her about getting her heart broken and sends her a shield on the Love Alarm app, which allows her to block her feelings from being registered on other devices. The episode ends back in the present with a group of people, including Hee-young, discovering a pile of dead bodies in a field who turn out to have been disillusioned Love Alarm users. In episode 6, we're still in the present, 1500 plus days after app release, and we get to know more about Sun-Oh's new girlfriend Yuk-jo, a somewhat vain, though not too bad, celebrity of some sort. Sun-Oh definitely does not seem too infatuated with her. Meanwhile, Hee-young starts stalking JoJo due to his unrelenting feelings for her. I'ma forgive the stalking though for making that blue jacket work. I don't think I could pull that off. Hee-young admits his persisting feelings for JoJo to Sun-Oh, who gets upset because apparently JoJo broke his heart. We find out later in the episode that she dumped him sometime after their scooter crash because, as it's implied, she felt like she was holding him back, and also she didn't know exactly what she wanted anyway. Of course, drama, so she didn't actually tell Sun-Oh this. As we learn in the following episode, she just dumped him and said, "I don't like you anymore," and given her shield, which Sun-Oh was unaware of, he thought that the Love Alarm app proved that her feelings for him had indeed diminished. In the present, Sun-Oh goes to see JoJo and warns her to stay away from Hee-young and not break his friend's heart like she did his, though he clearly still likes her given both his emotions and the fact that he triggered JoJo's Love Alarm. At the end of this episode, we find out that Deok-gu is actually a developer of the Love Alarm app, but in his sadness, he opens his window and jumps out of his dark room to his death. In episode 7, as I alluded to before, we get the pleasure of reliving more of Sun-Oh and JoJo's breakup, which we see her execute with the aid of her shield. Nonetheless, in the present, Sun-Oh won't give up believing that JoJo still has feelings for him, demonstrating his faith in their love. Back in JoJo's household, Gulmi has stolen 3 million won from her in order to join the Badge Club, some sort of clout-based group comprising the top users of the Love Alert app. JoJo and Gulmi get into an argument, given, stealing thousands of dollars USD is kind of a crappy thing to do. Gulmi throws JoJo's stuff out of the window, but Hee-young shows up just in time to save her from a deadly softcover book. Hee-young then takes her out on a casual semi-date. They scream off of a bridge, and Hee-young is a perfect gentleman, demonstrating his selfless desire to make JoJo happy. Even if she doesn't like him back, though we're not entirely sure of that. A more I don't give an F style JoJo returns home and tells Gulmi to pay her 200,000 won a month and watch the store for her when she's working at the wedding hall in order to make up for the 3 million won she stole. Meanwhile, Hee-young decides it's time he moves out of Sun-Oh's house and he makes plans to start up a life for himself in Busan. Sun-Oh, on the other hand, is considering returning to the United States with Yuk-jo. Finally, the season ends with episode 8. The love triangle, or square, or trapezoid, I don't know, continues with Hee-young semi-courting JoJo. He gets to ring her love alarm, which makes him happy. Sun-Oh then tracks down JoJo and tries to get her to admit that she still has feelings for him, but she doesn't admit this, and I think at this point she was sincerely confused. Unfortunately, she couldn't just use the love alarm to guide her here, as she had activated her shield, which can only be turned off by the app developer. The episode culminates with Sun-Oh and Yuk-jo arriving at a televised presentation for Love Alarm 2.0, the newest version of the app, during which the lead developer of the app will be revealed. We don't end up learning for 100% sure who invented the app, but there is some implication that the late Deok-gu was actually the original developer. That said, the person leading the presentation, Love Alarm's president and CTO, a man named Brian Chon, announces that Love Alarm 2.0 will be able to predict predict how users' feelings will develop, or more specifically, who they will fall in love with. The show ends with that announcement as JoJo, Sunho, Yukjo, and the just arriving Hyung stand within love alarm range of each other in a hallway outside of the presentation hall. And we're left there on that cliffhanger. Anyway, that is the recap of Love Alarm Season 1. I don't know if we'll continue to do these videos in the future. I just want to test it out and see how it does. If you did enjoy it, please though, give it a big thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. Hit that notification bell. For now, my name is American Ben. I'll catch you next time. Generation Ochi. Peace.